Hello and welcome your faces to Fan Formula Australia. The Australian Grand Prix has just gone. It was not a brilliant race, but it was a good one and very interesting to see how everyone got on. It was you're kind of learning now where people are in the grand scheme of things, and you're getting to see a few disappointing things, especially for McLaren and even Williams fans. But you know, the racing is going to be good again this year, and the title could go either way. So. It'll definitely be interesting. So let's crack straight on with the questions. And question 1. Saturday saw a very wet Q1 and then a postponed Q2 and Q3 until 11 AM Sunday, midnight UK time. What was your view on the decision to postpone qualifying until Sunday? Well, personally, I mean, these machines should be able to run in wet weather. We've seen before in Silverstone, Malaysia, in Brazil, in all over we've seen rain that's been biblical, and the cars have still managed to drive on the track. I don't think it was that bad at Australia. I know it's like a street circuit kind of thing, but it's plenty of run-off areas. The cars can still get round there. I mean, it's not as if one tiny mistake and it's boom, blast and ruin and you're in the wall. There's plenty enough. You saw people go off the track, but there's no absolutely major crashes. So I'm guessing they still could have gone round there. You know, it's but once they'd taken the view that it was too wet to race on it, because of the late start time they have in the countries, you're always going to run out of time. And I don't know why I can just pull it forward an hour. I don't think that'll make too much of a difference to European audience. I'm sure they'll still get up and watch it. You know, I mean, if you would have started the qualifying, probably would have had less rain, and you could have had victory over the sun going in, and that was the thing. And it might even still happen again because the storm's due in Malaysia, which they always are, and all you need is a few big storm clouds coming over the mountains, and then it's you could have the whole situation over again. I mean, so personally, I would have just let them run on in the rain. You'd like to see people and cars being pushed to the limits, and drivers definitely. And if it's just going to be a dry race and dry track, then you know that Vettel's the Saturday superhouse when it comes to qualifying, and he was going to run away with it. And in the way it could have mixed up the grid a bit, but disappointing really. But you know, there's much you can say about that. I would prefer to see him race in the weather, but of course it's all safety first. And I agree with safety, but I think it weren't as bad as we've seen it in other places before. So. Question 2. Race day, and despite fears it would be another bull-dominated race, it didn't disappoint. But what was your favourite moment of the race? There's a few good things. I mean, I've got Kimi winning, which is, you know, again, he's just run the perfect race as he always seems to do. He never puts a foot wrong for 57 or 56 laps, where he hits every apex, and he'll probably do it again this season, where he just constantly finishing in the points almost every single lap done, and that is why he's going to be very close to a title this year, because he's so consistent, and the team seems to be so consistent as well. Other good points is a few good battles as well, especially between Lewis and Alonso, which they're going to have a really epic battle this year. I think them two are going to be pretty much neck and neck pretty much most races. And it's also good to see Massa out ahead of Alonso without the old Spanish radio coming on and saying, you know, shift over, this is my team. Which, you know, you want to see him race head to head, and I feel Massa's going to have some big things this year, and I think he's going to do really well. It's going to be a lot closer to Alonso. But obviously if he gets, I don't know how many, 7-8 races in the season, and Alonso slightly ahead, then they're going to start calling in team orders, I guess. So, other than that, of course, well, actually, I'm going to question 3. Whose performance is most impressed over the weekend, and why? Well, shock, I think Bianchi had a really good weekend. He pushed the car out pretty well. He not too far away from the times of the Williams, and seemed to be quite far ahead of the other 3 drivers, which makes you wonder if they would have put more experienced drivers in their cars, how well maybe would have done. But he had the fastest lap of the race, I think, on the super softs, which, by the way, them tyres are really a bit disappointing. They're basically a qualifying tyre because they don't seem to have you get one decent lap in them, and then maybe 4 or 5 more, and then you're hanging on, and you're slower than the old tyres, which really doesn't really make it too interesting because no one wants to run them tyres. So maybe in the next race they'll take the softs and the hards, or the softs and the mids. Maybe, I'm not too sure what tyres they're running yet. I think they have announced them, but I haven't got it to hand. Other than that, of course, Kimi winning. I mean, he's just like the captain, driving around the track and being awesome, excellent, and his old Swame self, and you know, he knows what to do, doesn't he? And who else? Well, oh, Sottil as well. Showed no rustiness coming back. Led the race twice. Granted, going to the Superstars at the end kind of like ended his race because he couldn't win that many amount of laps on them. So he ended up falling right back and not really challenging. But it's a really good chance for Force India. I mean, they're really up ahead of the McLarens at the moment, and that could be challenging for points every race. So yeah, they're doing pretty well there, aren't they? Bonus. This format has changed. The bonus question has changed this year quite a lot. Yes, it's the new Modern Magic fan formula where we have to just use 1 word answer for this one. One word. How describe the Australian Grand Prix in 1 word? I'd probably say appetizer. It wasn't the main course. It's not really. It's not really exciting enough yet. I mean, I didn't feel as, especially the build towards this season. You're getting really into it, really towards it. But it's kind of like a taster, isn't it? It's like this is kind of get the feeling of what's happening. You get the taste, you get the bread roll, a couple of snacks, the dip, and yeah, this is how the season's going to start. And then the main course is due to come. Maybe that'll come in Malaysia. Maybe it'll come towards when the European season starts. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be a good year, I think. So we'll have to keep out and look out for that. So I think great to see loads of different people join Fan Forum as well. A few more people coming in. It's always great to see you guys. Keep growing and doing better. And oh, thanks to everyone who's watched my little music video. I do apologise. There was no singing in this video, by the way. Yeah, it's only a few days now until Malaysia starts, which is a great track. I'll really enjoy it. It's a good circuit. It's wide. It's got lots of varying corners, and it's got a couple of good overtaking places. So we should see some good driving. Hopefully the McLarens will be back on form, but I can't see it happening turning fortunes this quickly. But it's also good to see the Ferraris and the Lotus is so close and pretty much equal with Red Bull as well, and seeing if the other teams coming through and doing okay as well. But yeah, it's been a very good start to the season, and hopefully it'll be a good one. And I look forward to talking to you all on Twitter and whatnot. And yeah, sorry about my throat because it's really croaky today, and it's I've been up since about 4 o'clock. I drove past Ailish today. I didn't know you was there, otherwise I would have stopped and waved. Probably that's about it. But I also went past Lewis's university, and I just passed all of you today. You know, I just drive around everywhere, just waving at random people. Hopefully one day I'll wave one at you and you go way back. So that's about it, I think, from Malaysia. Now we have to try and upload this, which should be fun. So new way of doing things, but that's all good. So, without further ado, before we end, I have thrown a few things into this fan formula. If you go back and count them all up and you realise what I've done, then whoever gives me the right number will win a beer at the next fan formula meetup. And I know how beer entices you, so look back out, find out what the missing thing, the special thing that I've put into this week is. I don't think it'll be too hard, but some of you might not get it. And I'll call this an end of the video. So, see you soon. Malaysia 2013, here we come.